Shot. Good afternoon, Marines. Good afternoon. I'd like to thank you all for coming here and attending my speech today. Really appreciate it. I'd like to everyone to take a second. Please close their eyes. Now, imagine yourself. It's New Year's Eve morning. You're outside for a Tournament of Roses parade. Everybody's shouting in happiness, smile. Kids are running around playing. Everybody's having a great time. The next thing you hear patriotic military marching music in the background. And you get a resounding feeling of patriotism and national pride. Now you open your eyes and you see a marching band on the parade. And up front, they look sharp. It's a bunch of our nation's finest leading the way at the beginning of the Tournament of Roses parade. And up in front of that band, you see one confident and motivated leader looking sharp, guiding that band where they go. You can open your eyes now. A drum major is the leader of a marching band, typically. Most ensembles call that the drum major. And what they do is they guide the band, make sure that everybody's playing together, they're going the same direction, marching the same way on the same tune. And then every musical ensemble requires a strong leader. And that's what a daggone Marine Corps drum major is, you understand? Alright, so today I'd like to discuss the parts of a Marine Corps drum major's mace, as you see. Marine Corps drum major's mace. Positions and carries of a Marine Corps drum major, and basic commands to march the band. So the first thing I'd like to start with is the parts of the mace. There are three major parts to a drum major's mace. The top part, as you see, this round, shiny metal part here, is often referred to by two words, either the head of the mace or the ball. And it's often used as a major part of signaling the band. That is the top part of the mace, as you see here. Typically has a crown or lion or a different type of weight to keep the mace balanced and also make it look awesome. The center portion of the mace is called the staff, and it is typically lined with either a chain, cords, or it's often even left plain, depending on the drum major's purpose for the mace, what it's being used for, and the type of band that is using it. And if you look here at the bottom of the mace, you'll see the shiny metal part with a small plastic tip and or rubber stopper on the end, which we refer to as the ferrule of the mace, which is the part that is typically on the ground when a drum major is standing at any stand-fast position. Now, the next thing I'd like to move on to is basic carries and drum major positions. The first position I'd like to talk about, position of attention. The first variation of the position of attention is feet together, arm at your side, standing erect, with the mace out in front of you perpendicular to the deck, ferrule on the ground as stated prior. The other variation of the position of attention is where you can take the ferrule, keeping your arm extended, put the ferrule by your feet, holding the drum major's mace at an angle outward from your body. The next position I'd like to discuss is the position of parade rest. After giving the command of execution, parade rest, you would take the mace, meet it at the center of your body, guide it down slowly. The other variation is very similar to the second variation of the position of attention, where the ferrule remains at your feet, and you simply bring your hands together and the ferrule remains in place. The next position and carry I'd like to discuss is the basic drum major carry. While on the march, you're not going to drag the bottom of the mace across the deck. That would look preposterous. So obviously you have to do something with the mace. So when you go to step off on the forward march, take your right hand and you place the mace in your left hand with the mace across your body. And you step. This is how you carry the mace when you either present rendering salute or you're just marching and the band is not playing. The next position and carry is the pumping of the mace, as we like to call it. And what that is used to do is to conduct the band similar to the way a conductor gives the beat for a band that's playing while seated. And the upward pumps, as you refer to it as, coincide with your left feet and the meter of the music you're playing. It's what the band looks to, especially the bass drum player, to keep the band marching in time and marching in meter. And the last aspect I would like to discuss is the spin, which you can use while on the march, or you could simply, be at the halt, and you would simply take it, as you see here, put it in front of you, left hand in front, with the mace between your thumb, and your index finger, and you would simply spin it over your hand. And it's just a fancy way that Marine Corps drum majors go from one position of the carry to another to prepare for what is coming up next, basic drum major commands. The first command I would like to discuss is the forward march. It can be given in two ways. It can be a verbal command executed as such. Forward march! With a strong command presence and projected voice. And the same command can also be executed while on the march or while the band is playing by raising the ferrule in the air and moving the mace in the same cadence as if you were giving it verbally. So it would coincide to the verbal command as such. Forward, march. And what that does is signal the band to execute a forward march. The next command is a left turn and a right turn, which is where you take the mace, you hold it parallel to the deck with the ferrule facing the direction you want the band to go. So you would simply go left turn while on the march or halted to direct the marching band which direction to march. And then the other one, transversely, would be a right turn, which is right turn. And that's how you would give that. You could also give both of those commands verbally as illustrated in the other. The next command I would like to demonstrate is the mark time and the halt, which are directly related into how you stop the band. So the band is already marching. You have to take yourself, turn around and face the band. And then you could, if the band is not playing, verbally say, mark time, march! Or if you give the command, it's mark time, march. And then the following on command, because the band is still marking in time, you would have to give them the halt, which looks like this. Band, halt, step, freeze. Which you could also verbally command. And that concludes the basic drum major commands. So every organization, regardless of whether it's a musical organization or a professional organization, requires outstanding leadership in order to direct it in the right direction. A good drum major or a great drum major can make the difference between a good marching band or a great marching band. I hope that this speech helps you on your journey to becoming a Marine Corps drum major, if that be your passion. And I appreciate your attendance. Thank you.
Right.